A bitter breakup is underway between Albertsons and Kroger. The pair are set to battle it out in court following the collapse of their proposed multi-billion-dollar merger.
WGN's Brona Tumulty joins us now with more.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, the parent companies of Jewel-Osco and Mariano's are going head-to-head. Just yesterday, two courts blocked their merger from moving forward. Now, Albertsons has launched a lawsuit claiming it's owed billions of dollars, and Kroger says they're not getting a dime.
The way it looks is the merger is off, and now they're going after each other. But this whole thing was way faster than I would have expected.
Thomas Lees, professor at the Kellogg School of Management, speaking with us today about the collapse of a proposed $25 billion merger between Albertsons and Kroger, along with the new fallout between the two parties.
In this case, there is no apparent attempt to try to find a settlement with the Federal Trade Commission that filed the preliminary injunction.
About 2 years ago, the grocery giants announced plans to combine forces in an effort to fend off the likes of Walmart and Amazon. On Tuesday, two courts halted the merger after the Federal Trade Commission sued to block the move, alongside Illinois' Attorney General Kwame Raoul and his counterparts from 7 other states and Washington, D.C., arguing it would spike prices for shoppers and hurt competition for employees as well.
At this point, typically there would be two actions: either negotiate with the Federal Trade Commission, or alternatively go to court and fight the preliminary injunction. That's also a possibility. In this case, the parties have not chosen either of those more traditional methods.
Instead, Albertsons, the parent company of Jewel-Osco, is going after Kroger, which owns Mariano's. The former filing a lawsuit this morning saying Kroger owes billions of dollars in damages. Albertsons also alleging Kroger is on the hook for a $600 million termination fee, stating it's entitled to relief reflecting the multiple years and hundreds of millions of dollars it devoted to obtaining approval for the merger, along with the extended period of unnecessary limbo Albertsons endured as a result of Kroger's actions.
The number seems excessive. It's hard to imagine that there would be legal fees in the billions of dollars.
But Kroger is firing back, issuing their own statement saying in part, Albertsons' claims are baseless and without merit. Kroger refutes these allegations in the strongest possible terms, especially in light of Albertsons' repeated intentional material breaches and interference throughout the merger process. This is clearly an attempt to deflect responsibility following Kroger's written notification of Albertsons' multiple breaches of the agreement, and to seek payment of the merger's break fee to which they are not entitled. Now, the pair compete in 22 states, including here in Illinois. Had the merger moved forward, the companies together would have controlled approximately 13% of the U.S. grocery market. Walmart remains on top with a 22% grasp.
So at least for now, nothing changes.
Nothing
Things remain
changes
the same. Okay.
For the time being.
Okay. Thank you, Brona.